So thrilled to have you here today, Fernando Hermes, the CFO of Etu Energias. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Murilo.
How does Etu plan to achieve its ambitious production targets of 50,000 barrels per day by 2025 and 100,000 by 2030? And what role do partnerships with other Angolan operators play?
Uh, our our vision, we call Escalator Vision 2025-2010. Just two, s- two, two or one slight correction there. By 2025, we plan to achieve 40,000 barrels as our stake. In 2030, 80,000. So it looks like we had another 20,000. That's fine. It's ambitious. How do we plan to do that? We will do that, what we say, organically and non-organically. We currently operate assets, oil assets, and just to give you an idea, when we set these targets, we were back in 2020, 2021. We were producing, operating uh, an asset producing about 2,000, 2,000 and a half uh, barrels per day. And as we speak, we have reached now 15,000 barrels per day. So that was the incremental production in the assets that we operated. So that's one way that we're going. That's what we call the organic way. But we also will increase and have been increasing our production share by acquiring producing asset, stakes in a producing asset. And we have just acquired two assets through an M&A, and that increased 22, 23,000 barrels in our portfolio. So as we speak, in our production as Etu production, we are at 25,000 barrels today. So we plan to do similar work in our onshore operations to increase, augment production. We currently producing 5,000 barrels per day. We expect the next year, by the end of next year, to reach a little above 10,000 barrels, as well as we are out there involved in other M&A operations or transactions, which will yield another 10,000 barrels per day. So this is how we're going. And then, of course, in our portfolio, we have other licenses. We are now in a phase of exploration. Some are in a phase of development. And by 2030, we plan to be at the target number of 80,000 barrels per day.
And the recent acquisition of the Gulf stake in Block 32, 14, and 14K marks, your entry into deepwater oil production. How does this acquisition support your long-term goal to boost Angola's energy security and expand local participation in strategic petroleum assets?
Uh, simple. We understand the metrics of the country, uh, which is maintain production and increase production. So, and when I link that with the security, energy security, what this means is indigenous local companies, Angolan companies, to participate directly in those assets. So those two acquisition brings an Angolan company to those assets and to that production, which by itself contributes to the strategic goal of the country as far as security or energy security is concerned. So I think that's how we're going to contribute. Of course, our acquisitions, the acquisition that you just mentioned, uh, put us around the majors. We are there seeing what the majors are doing, the best practices, and that alone help us as an operator, Angolan operator, to come now or take the first steps to the major league. So we think we will be better operators. We will be more competent and therefore contribute to the overall Angolan development.
And what role do you see Etu playing in Angola's broader economic development, particularly in terms of local job creation, technology transfer, as well as regional integration?
Well, when I entered the sector, which was 25, 30 years ago, uh, we did not have any Angolan company operating oil assets, and we have now. We have the first one had to be it was the National Oil Company. Now we are the the single largest private oil company operating petroleum assets. And I'm saying that and telling you this story is just to tell you that this really means um, what I would call here Angolanization. This is what happened in the last years to really create and participate in a true Angolan content. So Etu is an Angolan content by itself. And what this does is we have now being a bit more mature. We inspire a young generation to get into this sector. Now people understand that this is possible, but more importantly, as we increase production, as we acquire more assets or we become bigger, we also make bigger the base of employment opportunities. I'm talking about direct employment and most importantly, indirect employment, mainly in the communities where we produce oil. So this is how we see us to participate all the way in the economical value chain of the country. So we there to stay.
And just my final question, like we're here at African Energy Week. How many editions have you attended and why have you chosen to participate again this year?
I have attended uh, two, I think. Uh, I have, I guess why your question is why I'm attending this time. So I could not lose the opportunity. I understood the trend. I see the energy week, the African Energy Week as a project that is almost similar to our history at. I see you guys coming and doing the right thing. It inspires me, and I'm here to support. But no, also take we take home a lot of value. We can connect, interact, collaborate, and become a bit more international in good terms. So your venue provides add to this opportunity to be and play at the world stage.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. And I do hope you have a productive week at AEW.
Thank you, thank you. With the good weather, we will have definitely. Thank you.